Hello everyone, so today this is part 2 of my science notebook. I did a lot more work on this and I'm excited to show you. So right here is an internal structure of a leaf. So here are the parts. There is upper epidermis, mesophyll, muscular bundles, guard cells, stomata, and lower epidermis. So upper epidermis allow light to pass through, also a protective layer to prevent entry of pathogens. Lower epidermis has many stomata. These pores allow CO2 into the leaf. Guard cells are two bean-shaped cells. Next is mesophyll. Mesophyll is made of cells that contain chloroplasts. It is place where photosynthesis takes place. Next is vascular bundle. Two types of tissues are present in it. Xylem carry water from roots to leaves. Phloem carry food to other parts of the plant. So right here is photosynthesis. So photo means light, synthesis means to make. So right here I labeled this, as you guys can see, I labeled the plant. And right here is CO2 plus H2O plus sunlight gives O2 plus C6H12O6, which is the formula of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a process where plants use light from the sun, then take CO2 through its leaves from the air and H2O from the soil. This process makes sugar, which is also called glucose, and oxygen, which human and living things use to breathe. Right here is the respiration in plants. So right here is water, energy, carbon dioxide, oxygen, and glucose. So right here there is C6H12O6 plus O2 gives CO2 plus H2O plus energy. So respiration takes place in the mitochondria of all cells. It is the energy producing process in living things. In this process, plants use O2 to break down glucose into H2O, CO2, and energy. So right here, let me tell you this. So this is CO2. CO2 means carbon dioxide, H2O is water formula, O2 is oxygen, and C6H12O6 is glucose. So right here is the comparison of photosynthesis and respiration. So right here, as you guys can see, I labeled the plant, water, energy, and all that. But we need to get to the important bit right here. So in photosynthesis, it occurs in plants, but in respiration, it occurs in all living things. So photosynthesis is a food making process, but in respiration it's a food using process, kind of the opposite things. So then right here, photosynthesis traps energy to produce glucose, but right here it breaks glucose to release energy. And right here are the formulas again, I'm not going to repeat those. And then right here is photosynthesis takes place in chloroplast, but in respiration it takes place in mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. And then photosynthesis occurs in daylight, but respiration occurs all the time. So let's move on. Right here is the ecosystem. So there are biotic factors and abiotic factors. Biotic factors means a living and abiotic factors means non-living. So for example, non-living things are like sun, water, air, rocks. And living are plants, animals, and any small organism, even us. And right here, as you guys can see, here are our needs. We need these things to live. So there's food, water, shelter, sunlight, air. So ecosystem, living and non-living organisms in a place. So this is community, all of the population in a place. Population, all of a species in the same place. Organism, one type of species. Habitat, a place where an organism lives. Niche, the role of a species. So right here are producers. Producers are plants because they can make their own food. And right here are consumers. They cannot make their own food, so they feed on plants. So here are types of consumers. So there is herbivore, plant eaters. For example, this bunny right here. And other examples are like horses, goats, panda, etc. Etc. means more. So right here is carnivores. Carnivores are meat eaters. For example, this leopard, and other examples are like lion, dog, tiger, cats, etc. So then it's omnivores. Omnivores are animals that eat both plant and animal. There's chicken, human, bears, etc. Next is scavengers. Animals that eat dead animals. Examples are like hyena, crow. And then decompose. that is when a plant and an animal, if they die, then the body breaks down and they decompose. And examples are like bacteria and fungi. So right here is the food chain. So basically the sun is the main source of energy. So right here producers, plants are producers, and then this bunny will basically eat the plant, and then the snake will eat the bunny, and then the snake will decompose, and yeah. So right here, a food chain shows how energy moves from plants to animals. And right here is food web, a network of food chains in which energy is passed on from one living organism to another. So first this fly will basically eat the plant, and then the frog will eat it, and then the snake will eat the frog, like that. That's how it kind of works. Next. So right here is the energy pyramid. So energy pyramid shows energy as it moves from one feeding level in a food chain to another. So right here are producers. Here are primary consumers, secondary consumers, and tertiary consumers, and then they decompose. And right here is the symbiosis. So any relationship in which two species live closely together. So there is predation, a relationship in which one organism kills another for food. So right here, this is a predator, and this is its prey. The lion is the predator, and it will eat the goat. So right here is it's mutualism. I accidentally say that. So mutualism, a relationship in which two organisms benefit from each other. So there is flowers that get pollinated, and the bee gets nectar. And then right here is the parasitism, a relationship in which one organism benefits while the other is harmed. So right here, the tick feeds on cat's blood, but then the cat gets irritation. So right here is commensalism, a relationship in which one organism benefits from each other without harming it. So it's like tree frogs use plants for shelter. So right here, so basically that is all. I will do part 3. Bye.